going into this year, I decided that I was going to go on a no spend year because of two reasons. The first reason was that I wanted to save some money. And then the second reason was just that I wanted to curb my overconsumption. Now, already, I'm not the type of person who overconsumes stuff, but I noticed that since becoming frugal, I started shopping at thrift stores. And because things are very cheap at thrift stores, I got myself going back into that overconsumption. And but this time I'll tell myself that it's cheap, right? Like it's cost like $2 or $3. But then without forgetting the fact that I always come here on this channel, I always talk about not buying things because they're on sale. But then I also had to give myself a wake-up call that you just shouldn't be buying things because they are at a thrift store. So I decided I was going to take matter into my own hands and just try to keep that overconsumption. So here's an update on how the first month went. Okay, so these are my rules for a no spend year. The things that I'm trying to save money on. The first one being food. So I found myself that I was spending quite a bit of money on lunch while I'm out at work. Like my job is a traveling job, so like I'm always traveling in between stores. But now I would just like not pack lunch because I'll be like, I won't have a specific place to warm my lunch. So because of that, and then started buying lunch almost every single time I was working. So this year I decided that I was going to meal prep, and with the meal prep, I just made sure that I'm making lunches that I don't necessarily have to warm before eating them. And also coffee. I became that person who would buy like who would go to Starbucks every day. Like it wasn't costing much. It didn't cost much because like I used to buy like the double shot, which was around $4. But then I just thought about it that okay, those $4 are going to add up. So I started making my own coffee at home. There are like one day or two where I will get coffee from Starbucks, but on most days, my plan is that I am just going to make my coffee at home. And plus, it is the same. So I don't see why I should be spending $4 for something that can literally cost me like 50 cents to make at home. So that was in the food category. My goal is to stop spending money on buying lunches, meal prepping, and not buying coffee every single day, making my own. And then on the clothing category, so again, I became like a thrift store addict where I'll always go to thrift stores. Like I'll go to Goodwill and there's a few around, a few community ones around where I live. I'll just go there and buy stuff because they were like $5, $2 and all that kind of stuff. But then I had to put a stop on that because I also was now accumulating quite a lot of stuff. So I put a pause on that. I limited the amount of time that I'm spending in the thrift stores. And if my kids need something, I always try to first look for it at the thrift store before going to a store. So if I go to a thrift store for my kids, then I only take a budget. Like I have like a specific budget and I tell myself not to exceed it. So the only clothing item that I'm buying this year is things that are part of a capsule wardrobe. So if I go to a store, for example, like I said, my job is I'm always traveling in between stores. If I see something that is part of a capsule wardrobe and it's on special, then I'll buy it because I do have a budget. I do have a budget every single month for my capsule wardrobe. I just stretched it out so that I don't have to like spend like $1,000 to go buy all these capsule wardrobe items. Every single month, I will buy like one item, but it has to be part of a capsule wardrobe. If it's not part of the capsule wardrobe, then I'm not buying it. Okay, and then when it comes to self-care is the biggest area where a lot of people tend to overspend. Let's start with skincare. Most of us buy stuff for our skin, even though we know that we still have stuff at home. So what I'm doing right now, before I buy a moisturizer, the one that I have at home has to be finished completely before I buy another one. Of course, I do have a budget for my skincare, but I just don't want to have a lot of stuff. I want to become a clutter-free person. I don't want to have so much stuff that I have to look through and all that kind of stuff. So I've simplified my skincare. I will make a video on how, on my skincare stuff, but I've simplified my skincare. I only have like the most important thing that I need. For example, a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a treatment. Like I'm having like severe acne breakouts, so like I'm working on clearing those acne. But like yeah, so I'm just for my skincare, I'm moved to basics. I'm just making it basics, even like with makeup and everything. I'm really just making it basics. And the one thing that since I'm talking about self-care, this year I spent money to get my eyebrows done. I actually did it yesterday, but this is money that I've been saving. I've been saving for like a year for this. I enjoy having them done, and I know with my eyebrows done, it will reduce how much time I take to get ready every morning. So, yep, that. Another part of my self care is that I pay for a gym membership, and at the gym where I'm going, I've got a sauna, there's a swimming pool. So I do a lot of my self care because self care doesn't necessarily have to cost a lot of money. So included in my gym membership is part of my self care, part of the things that I do for enjoyment, like going to the sauna. I'm learning how to swim. So all that kind of stuff is included in my gym membership. And I also plan to do a lot of DIY personal care treatments, things like waxing, doing my nails, even though I think I have to go get my nails done by someone because like the cuticles, like I don't even know if you can see it, but like I've got these cuticles that are grown so bad and I try to remove them myself, but I don't get it right. So this is an expense for the next month. It's been, I think, 6 months that I got my nails done professionally. But like, yeah, so that's like an exception. I need to get this done. My nails kind of like look embarrassing. So yeah, again, this is not a like with my no buy year. It's not like I'm preventing myself from everything. I'm just spending my money on things that bring me joy or things that make sense to me. So a manicure is coming in Feb. Okay, and then the last part is the entertainment area. So with the entertainment area, things like going to the movies, going out with the kids, we will just have to stay within our budget. Like I make a budget for almost every single thing, so I'm just not going to use debt or use like, my credit card for entertainment. If we don't have that money, then there's no entertainment for that month. But if we have it, then we're going to do it. So far on this no spend year, like the first month was quite good because like with me, even though this sounds like it's a lot for someone who's been spending money mindfully for the past 2 to 3 years, it hasn't been as hard for me like it would be for other people. So I just have to remind myself why I'm doing this and the benefit that I'm trying to reap by the end of this year. So knowing that by the end of this year I would have a little bit more money saved because I cut out on unnecessary things is a huge achievement for me. And like yeah, so the other two things that I did coming into this year was buying myself two novel books. So I've always read like personal developments and business books. So this year, I'm also like wanting to broaden my reading abilities. So I started reading novels. So I know I have made a video that we don't always have to be buying books, but then this one was a must because I watched the movie, I loved it, and I'm already done reading both the books, but I'm still gonna like kind of like go back and just read them again. But like yeah, that was my January of no spend year. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.